You have heard of Pompeii, the ancient Roman city destroyed when Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD. Less well known is the neighboring city of Herculaneum, also buried by the volcano. When the city was rediscovered in the 1700s, excavators found what could be the richest repository of ancient Western wisdom, a library filled with papyrus scrolls.
The Bible has always been full of mystery and intrigue, with so many different ways people have interpreted it over time. But what if we could use AI to dig even deeper into its ancient texts? Looking at the Bible through the lens of modern tech could uncover some surprising connections and perspectives, maybe even challenging the way we've always thought about it.
For over a century, archaeologists have marveled at Peru's ancient line drawings. Now, a breakthrough approach is rewriting what we thought we knew about these massive works of art. A team of scientists have used artificial intelligence to nearly double the number of known geoglyphs in just 6 months.
1. ChatGPT's translations are revealing new biblical secrets. AI has taken Bible study to a whole new level, especially when it comes to digging into the original meanings of ancient words. One example involves the Greek word archegos, found in the New Testament. This word is tricky because it gets translated differently in various Bible versions, sometimes as author, other times as prince, leader, or even pioneer. Each translation gives a slightly different meaning, but in Greek, all these meanings are connected. Using ChatGPT, it's possible to explore these differences side by side by comparing translations like the English Standard Version, New International Version, Book, King James Version, and New American Standard Bible, and then diving into the original Greek. AI reveals the bigger picture. The word archegos doesn't limit Jesus to one role. Instead, it paints him as the ultimate multitasker. The nuances often get lost in translation, but ChatGPT's ability to quickly pull up and compare text lets you see how these layers of meaning fit together. For example, in Acts 3:15, some versions say Jesus is the author of life, while others call him the Prince of Life. These don't seem the same at first glance, but in Greek, the word ties them together. He's both the creator and the one who reigns over this new life he's offering. 2. AI in deciphering ancient scrolls. Most people know about Pompeii, the Roman city buried by Mount Vesuvius back in 79 AD. But not many know about its neighbor, Herculaneum, which got hit by the same eruption. Herculaneum is a bit like Pompeii's quieter cousin. But what makes it super interesting is its library, an ancient collection of papyrus scrolls. These scrolls were preserved by the volcanic eruption, but the heat was so intense that it left them charred and fragile. These scrolls could contain some of the greatest ancient texts, even possibly early Christian writings, or lost works by famous philosophers like Aristotle or Virgil, but they're impossible to open without basically destroying them. In the 1700s, when the city was rediscovered, archaeologists found these scrolls, but no one could figure out a way to read them at all. But then came Brent Seals, a computer scientist from the University of Kentucky. He realized that if modern medical imaging can help doctors see inside people's bodies with non-invasive scans, why couldn't that same technology be used to peek inside these scrolls? It sounds like a long shot, but Seals thought it was worth a try. For years, Seals and his team worked on creating software to digitally unroll the scrolls without touching them. His idea was to use CT scans and algorithms to create a virtual image of the scrolls. He even went to an academic conference in Oxford and announced that he could read the scrolls without physically opening them. But despite his confidence, he wasn't exactly met with a warm reception. In fact, he couldn't even get his hands on the scrolls to test his idea. Curators were super protective of these rare artifacts, and they weren't keen on letting him scan them. Meanwhile, 2 Italian scholars, Graziano Regna and Vito Macella, started using synchrotron X-ray technology to scan the scrolls. This powerful X-ray could reveal letters and, potentially, words hidden inside the scrolls. They raced to scan the scrolls and claim the first successful peek into this ancient world. Michela was the first to announce that he'd seen letters inside one of the scrolls. But Renius soon followed up with his own claim, saying he'd found even more clear text than Michela had. And while the two Italians were celebrating their victories, Seals was still skeptical, saying their findings weren't convincing enough. What happened next was like a scientific drama. Seals continued to perfect his software and took his work to other damaged texts, including a 1700-year-old fragment from a synagogue in Jerusalem. 3. AI's helping in discovering new Nazca geoglyphs.
For over a century, archaeologists have marveled at Peru's ancient line drawings. Now, a breakthrough approach is rewriting what we thought we knew about these massive works of art. A team of scientists have used artificial intelligence to nearly double the number of known geoglyphs in just 6 months.
Artificial intelligence has been super helpful when it comes to uncovering the mysterious Nazca geoglyphs in Peru. These ancient designs, etched into the desert floor, have puzzled researchers for years. Traditionally, finding new geoglyphs was a slow process, relying on aerial surveys and ground inspections. But with the advent of AI, this process has been revolutionized. In 2024, a team led by Masato Sakai from Yamagata University, in collaboration with IBM Research, embarked on a project to identify new Nazca geoglyphs using AI. They trained an AI program on high-resolution drone images of known geoglyphs, teaching it to recognize various symbols and patterns. Once trained, the AI analyzed new aerial drone images, pinpointing potential locations of additional geoglyphs. This method was remarkably efficient, suggesting over 47,000 possible sites across 243 square miles of desert. Researchers then narrowed these down to 1,309 areas with high potential for containing new geoglyphs. The results were impressive. Within just 6 months, the team confirmed 303 new geoglyphs, nearly doubling the number of known figures in the Nazca region. These newly discovered designs included representations of animals like parrots and killer whales, as well as human-like figures. The AI's ability to detect smaller, relief-type geoglyphs, often challenging to identify with the naked eye, was particularly noteworthy. This AI-assisted approach has significantly accelerated the discovery process. What once took years of manual surveys can now be accomplished in a matter of months. Beyond speed, AI has also enhanced the accuracy of geoglyph identification. By analyzing vast amounts of data, AI can detect subtle patterns and anomalies that might be overlooked by human researchers. This capability not only aids in discovering new geoglyphs, but also provides deeper insights into their distribution and potential purposes. 4. Analyzing cuneiform tablets. AI is making a big impact on how we understand ancient civilizations, especially when it comes to deciphering cuneiform tablets. Cuneiform, created by the Sumerians around 3200 BCE, is one of the earliest writing systems. It's made up of those distinctive wedge-shaped characters carved into clay tablets. These texts have provided invaluable insight into ancient societies, but interpreting them has always been a huge challenge. For years, scholars and archaeologists have spent countless hours trying to crack the code, often requiring years of specialized knowledge. This is where AI comes in, bringing innovative methods to speed up and enhance the process. One of the coolest ways AI is helping is with automated translation. Traditionally, translating cuneiform would take a lot of time and expertise, as scholars would need to study the symbols and context to understand them fully. But back in 2020, AI took a big step forward with a project that trained machine learning models to translate Akkadian cuneiform into English. The AI was fed with tons of data from known translations, allowing it to start recognizing symbols and their meanings. This made translating cuneiform a lot faster and way more accurate. drastically cutting down on the time needed for human experts to decode these ancient texts. AI is also useful when it comes to analyzing the content of the tablets. Instead of just translating word by word, AI can help researchers spot patterns, themes, and connections between different texts. For example, machine learning can identify references to trade, social hierarchies, and cultural practices that are common across multiple tablets. This allows historians to connect the dots between different civilizations and get a clearer picture of how these ancient societies were structured and how they interacted with each other. Another impressive use of AI is predicting missing parts of fragmented texts. A lot of cuneiform tablets are incomplete, with pieces of the writing missing or broken off. AI can step in here by analyzing the existing text and predicting what might have been in the gaps. By using probabilistic models, the AI suggests the most likely words or phrases that could fill in the missing sections, helping to reconstruct the full meaning of a text that was once lost. The digitization of these ancient tablets has also been turbocharged by AI. With the help of computer vision algorithms, high-resolution images of the tablets can be scanned and analyzed in detail. This not only helps preserve the physical artifacts, but also makes them accessible to researchers around the world. The digital archives make it easier for people to collaborate, share findings, and work on new translations, opening up the study of cuneiform to a broader, global audience. Of course, there are still challenges. Cuneiform is a complex script, and there's a lot of variability in the way it was written, which makes training AI to read it perfectly still a work in progress. Plus, the AI systems need large data sets of annotated texts to be accurate. As more data becomes available and AI models continue to improve, there's a lot of potential for even more breakthroughs. 5. Restoring ancient mosaics with AI. AI is totally changing the game when it comes to restoring ancient mosaics, offering fresh, innovative ways to preserve these beautiful, intricate pieces of history. Mosaics, with their detailed designs, can suffer serious damage over time, from things like weathering, natural disasters, or even human activities. While traditional restoration techniques are effective, they're often super labor-intensive, and they don't always manage to capture the original artwork in its full glory. That's where AI comes in, bringing some impressive tools to not only speed up the restoration process, but also make it more precise. One of the coolest ways AI is being used in mosaic restoration is through advanced image generation tools. Researchers have been experimenting with AI models like DALL-E 2, which is known for its ability to create detailed images from text prompts. In the case of mosaics, these models analyze the existing fragments of a damaged mosaic and generate the missing pieces based on the patterns and styles they recognize. The results have been really promising. AI has been able to generate reconstructions that capture the essence of the original designs. For example, it can recreate the colors, geometric shapes, and intricate details that were lost. Of course, it's not always perfect. Sometimes AI might miss some of the finer details, or end up with little inconsistencies that don't quite match the original style. That's why human expertise is still essential. While AI can offer valuable insights and help speed up the process, a skilled restorer still needs to be involved to ensure everything is just right. But AI isn't just useful for reconstructing missing pieces of mosaics. It's also helping to improve the quality of damaged artworks that still have existing fragments. Through deep learning techniques, particularly something called convolutional neural networks, AI can enhance the details of deteriorating mosaics. These networks work by analyzing the image and automatically correcting distortions. 6. Detecting anomalies in stone. Inscriptions. AI is becoming a key player in the preservation and restoration of ancient stone inscriptions, like the ones found in the Longmen grottos in China. These inscriptions, carved into limestone cliffs more than 1,400 years ago, are priceless pieces of cultural history that offer a glimpse into the rich Buddhist art and history of the time. But over the centuries, these inscriptions have been vulnerable to wear and tear from the elements, as well as damage caused by humans. To tackle this, AI is being used to help detect damage and monitor the condition of these ancient texts, improving conservation efforts in ways that weren't possible before. One of the coolest uses of AI in this field is anomaly detection, which helps identify any issues with the inscriptions before they become serious problems. A recent study introduced a deep learning technique that combines two powerful AI tools, autoencoders and generative adversarial networks, to automatically detect anomalies on ancient stone surfaces, including the ones in the Longmen grottos. The beauty of this approach is that it balances accuracy, efficiency, and cost, which are always important when dealing with delicate cultural artifacts. The process starts with continuous monitoring of the stone surfaces to gather high-resolution images of the inscriptions. These images are then pre-processed to clean them up and remove any noise, making them clearer for the AI model. From there, the AI model itself is built using unsupervised learning, which means it doesn't need a ton of labeled data to start detecting problems. The model is based on AEs and GANs, which work together to identify unusual patterns or damage on the stones. After the AI runs its analysis, the post-processing stage examines the outputs to pinpoint potential issues. In a real-world application, this method was used to analyze the stone steles in the Longmen grottos, and it performed impressively well. The AI model achieved a reconstruction accuracy of 99.74%, meaning it was able to detect anomalies with incredible precision. It even found 7 deliberately created anomalies, and it did so without triggering any false alarms. This kind of accuracy is exactly what researchers need when it comes to protecting fragile historical sites. 7. AI-assisted restoration of medieval paintings. AI is changing the way we restore medieval paintings, offering cutting-edge solutions to preserve these priceless works of art. These paintings, some of which are centuries old, are highly susceptible to damage from things like environmental factors, aging, and previous restoration attempts. AI is now stepping in to tackle these challenges, making the restoration process more precise and efficient than ever before. One of the most exciting ways AI is being used in art restoration is through its ability to analyze high-resolution images of paintings. AI can detect tiny details and damages that are nearly invisible to the human eye. Things like cracks, fading, or subtle color changes. This is a game changer because it allows conservators to get a complete digital map of a painting's condition. This digital version of the painting helps conservators figure out exactly what needs fixing and how to do it, ensuring that the restoration work is both accurate and as minimally invasive as possible. 8. Language translation services. AI is also helping us in modern times, especially when it comes to language translation. AI-powered translation tools are making it faster and more accurate to translate languages, helping people bridge communication gaps in today's globalized world. These advancements are driven by machine learning algorithms, which have significantly improved the way we understand and use different languages. One of the biggest breakthroughs in AI translation is the use of neural networks, which help these systems understand the complex patterns and structures in languages. AI has also made real-time translation possible, which is a game changer for international communication. Microsoft, for instance, has developed a live translation feature that turns audio from over 44 languages into English subtitles. This works for a variety of audio sources. 9. Autonomous vehicles. Autonomous vehicles are becoming more common, and much of their ability to navigate and function without human intervention comes from artificial intelligence. These vehicles use AI to perceive their surroundings, make decisions, and adapt to changing road conditions, making them safer and more efficient as they move closer to mainstream use. At the core of autonomous vehicles is a set of sensors, like LiDAR, cameras, radar, and ultrasonic sensors that help the vehicle see its environment. These sensors collect data about things around the car, from pedestrians to other vehicles, and even road signs. AI then processes all this information to understand what's happening and to classify objects correctly. This allows the vehicle to react to what's going on around it in real time. Once the vehicle knows what's around it, AI helps it make decisions on how to move. It plans the vehicle's path, adjusts its speed, and handles things like traffic lights, pedestrians, and other cars. AI algorithms enable the vehicle to manage tricky situations, like merging onto highways, navigating intersections, or dealing with unexpected obstacles, all while keeping the car on track and safe. A big part of the AI that powers these vehicles is predictive modeling. This means that autonomous cars are able to predict what other drivers or pedestrians might do next. For example, by analyzing patterns in how people and other vehicles behave, the car can anticipate a pedestrian stepping into the street or another car changing lanes. This helps the vehicle avoid accidents before they happen, making it much safer. Some cars are also integrating natural language processing to make the ride more user-friendly. This allows drivers to interact with the car using voice commands for things like navigation or climate control, helping them keep their hands on the wheel and eyes on the road, which adds an extra layer of safety. 10. Smart home devices. Smart home devices have come a long way thanks to artificial intelligence, making our homes smarter, more efficient, and easier to manage. With AI integrated into these devices, they can learn from your habits, adapt to your preferences, and automate tasks to make daily life more convenient and secure. One of the most popular examples is AI-powered voice assistants, like Amazon's Alexa, Apple's Siri, and Google Assistant. These assistants use natural language processing to understand and carry out voice commands. You can now control nearly every device in your home just by talking to your assistant, whether it's adjusting the thermostat, turning lights on or off, or playing your favorite music. Voice assistants make everything more hands-free and efficient. AI also plays a big role in smart home automation, learning your daily routines to help simplify life. Smart thermostats, for example, can analyze when you're home or away and adjust your heating or cooling accordingly to save energy while keeping you comfortable. Likewise, AI-powered lighting systems can automatically adjust the brightness or color temperature based on the time of day or the mood you want to set, creating a perfect atmosphere without you having to lift a finger. Home security has gotten a major upgrade with AI as well. Devices like the Ring Video Doorbell use AI to analyze who's at your door and even identify familiar faces. This helps reduce false alarms and enhances safety by alerting you to any unusual activity. AI also makes it easier to spot potential intruders, allowing for faster responses to security threats. Do you think AI is changing the way we translate the Bible? Maybe it was never what we thought in the first place.